Hey folks, how we doing? So as you see, I've been busy. Didn't wanted to really jump on it and finish it because once the blades come back, I'll never get back to this. So finished, I think like 25 or something. Put some aside for my friends and myself, and I think it's 23 in this little circle here. Anyways, there will be quantities in the what's available in the description. So as always, watch the description for what's available. I'll try to keep it as updated as I can. All of this, none of this is like super. These are tools, so you have stuff like grind lines like this on the edge, but the edges are perfect. These are sharp knives. These are probably sharper than most of the knives that you will buy. These are phone book paper slicing sharp, push cutting sharp, actually all of them, hair shaving. They are just not pretty. They are not made pretty. They are made to be quick, cheap and functional. And same goes for the sheets. They are very functional, these sheets. Actually I like them a lot, but not perfect. If you look, some of them have like gobs like this, but this is supposed to be on the keychain. It's not like it matters anyway, and they're still very functional. All of them have really good retention. It's actually you can always adjust it if you really want it little weaker. Some of them are really strong, but always better to be strong than not strong enough, especially when you're talking keychain tool, when it can shake off. So you want it to be stronger tension. So these are N685 steel from Bowler. It's something close to the N690 in composition. I think, if I remember right, they're 55, 56, little on the lower end of the scale, because they are pry bars after all. You have the little pry bar like on the Widgy bars. You have a little bottle opener here. This is size of like a small Leatherman, the little Leatherman keychains. So it's not the best bottle opener in the world. You will have to work it, but it does work. This is just way too small to actually make like really good function, like the one pop when it's open bottle opener. This is one of those that if you use them before, you know how it is. You have to like go around a little bit, but it does work. At the same time, me personally, I actually don't like bottle openers, because anything with the edge, anything with like sharp corner, I use as a bottle opener. If I need to open a bottle, you just pop it. You grab the bottle by the throat and you just pop it like that with anything, with this, with the side, with anything, with the spine of a knife. I can open bottle with anything, and I don't even drink. So, and you have that bit holder in the center. It's not that, I don't really think that a lot of people really use it, but it is there just in case somebody ever need to. All it takes is drill a hole where it is. Make sure it's in the closed position. I would never use it, out of the shade and trying to tighten something or loosen something up with the bit, drill bit, not drill bit, but with the bit screwdriver tip or stuff like that. So all it takes is drill the holes. I didn't do that. I don't want to really waste time on it. Already spent a lot of time on it, and it's one of those features, like, it's not many people will really use it, but if you really need to, it is there and you can use it. So like I showed yesterday, on the keys you have it like this. You can actually even use this little, I did knock the edges off on the Scotch-Brite. So, but it's still sharp enough that it will rip, tape. If you have the tape, just when you used to rip the tape on the packages with the keys, this will do the same thing, that corner on the spine. But it's nothing like really uncomfortable, and you can turn it around like I showed yesterday for the bottle opener feature. You stick it in with the blade this in the sheet, and you have access to the bottle opener. You turn it around in either direction, either with the lip sticking down or lip sticking up, whichever you prefer. If you want to have a little like a finger choil on the bottom, or if you want to have kind of like a thumb rest on the top, whichever works for you better. Some of them are smaller, as you see. Like, I'll give you an example, like this. These were done from the cut-off pieces of Kydex, so I wanted to keep the cost down, obviously. So some of them are smaller like this. You see how much is sticking out. Some of them are bigger like this, but they do the same exact thing, and in the end somebody might like the small stuff better than the large stuff, but it still works exactly the same way, except the shade is smaller, so even in the reverse grip you stick a little less inside, but it's still plenty to hold the tool in the place, so you can actually, you know, have that extended handle on it. And like I said, you know, trying to get this, make this cheap, and like a lot of people said, I think they are very cheap. I think for a little custom, you know, stuff, these are all, they're just pre-ground by machine, but I'm actually finishing the grind on the grinder and then by hand, sharpened by hand, all of them. You know, all the sheets, all these little buggers are made by hand. So it's a fair amount of work went into this, and I think $35 shipped is actually a very fair price. You know, you're talking about $30 for this, $5 all the, you know, the packing and the shipping and all that stuff. Internationals always welcome, but you will pay, I think, like $2 or $3 extra depending where, you know, we'll see about that. And payments through PayPal, personal gift. And like I said, watch the description. Watch the description to see what's available, you know, which colors. I'll put them, I'll write all these down. I've write my email down, so if you're interested only through the email, don't go through the PMs or comments like with every one of my sell videos, you know, it's always the same. You guys should be used to that by now. So I hope you enjoyed, guys, and hope you will enjoy the tools if you know, if you get them. And I think they're really good tools. People, pretty much everybody who got this, and I got some feedback from them, pretty much everybody liked them, really liked them, enjoyed using them. There are people who still use them. I actually didn't use mine because every time I have one, when I finish something, I end up giving it to somebody who I made, you know, friend, or somebody, you know, I meet somewhere, not even out of the community, just in my regular life. Very often I ended up giving mine away, and I always have a hard time to make myself, you know, finish one for myself, because every time when I I'm doing this, it's always a hassle, it's always a lot of work, and a lot of the boring work, because, you know, you're doing small little tedious work and over the same thing, so always have a hard time to make myself do this. But I'm happy that I did make myself this, and hope you guys enjoyed this. So thanks for watching, take care, stay safe, and remember, don't cut yourself.